So, in case anyone here is blind or has cataracts or glaucoma or otherwise just really terrible vision, yeah, I'm a great big fat fuck. Yeah, I struggle with my weight, I know that, and I know that a lot of other people do too. So as a public service to us all, I have made a list of 10 signs that it's time to diet. 10 signs, here we go. Sign number 1. You know it's time to diet when you get tired and out of breath by reading. Number 2, you know it's time to diet when your car leans to the left, even when you're not in it. Number 3, you know it's time to diet when you walk into a Taco Bell and the workers not only know you, but they cheer. Number 4, you know it's time to diet when you see that above your desk, your company has installed a defibrillator. That thing. Number 5, you know it's time to diet when you get arrested and the police give you one phone call and the only number you can think of is for Pizza Hut. Number 6, you know it's time to diet when all of the pop-up ads you get are for diet plans, heart hospitals, and funeral homes. Number 7, you know it's time to diet when most of your dreams involve all-you-can-eat buffets. Number 8, you know it's time to diet when babies aren't sure what you are. Number 9, you know it's time to diet when, for safety reasons, apartments will only rent you on the ground floor. And finally, number 10, you know it's time to diet when they charge you for 2 seats at church. That's all. Thank you much.
But I do like this girl a lot. She's rich too, which is weird. I don't know if she's like actually rich. I just assume that she's rich because she's a lawyer and I'm idiot poor. You know, like to me, anybody that makes over 40 grand a year, I'm like, fucking Republican. Fuck you. Your 5-figure income. Kiss my ass, Silver Spoon. That's where I'm at in my life. She's great. She's a little on the conservative side. She wants to put off having sex. Guess what? I'm okay with that. I really am. I am well into my mid-30s now, and my dick doesn't want to work half the time anyway. Okay? It's a lot like me. It doesn't want to go to the club anymore. It just wants to stay home and watch Castle. Alright? And besides, it's awkward anyway. I haven't had that much experience with sex, but I've had enough to know that it's not like it is on television or on the movies, you know? So it's like all awkward and there's like hair involved, you know, and like sometimes there's like blood and it's like messy, and then like you can like cramp up a little, and that's just from the guy's perspective. It's gotta be 1,000 times worse for the woman. 1,000 times worse. Now this fat gross dude on top of you, just like pumping away, breathing hard. Like not like in the gym breathing hard, but like this guy's having trouble breathing. Having horrible trouble breathing. Sweaty fat guy on top of you. You can see the beads of sweat beating up on him. And you see like that dot of bead, fat, gross man sweat dancing around on his chest, and you know the second that it falls, you're fucked. So gross for the woman. It has to be so gross. So yeah, we don't have to have sex. She doesn't have to have that traumatizing experience. And I don't have to fail at the only thing a male animal has been put on this earth to do. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm Russ Kelly. Good night. Brian B.
Now, as you guys can see, I'm Mexican. But that doesn't mean I'm not racist. Like tonight, on my way home, if I was to get into a car wreck, I want it to be with a white guy. Because Because immediately he's gonna jump out his car with papers in his hand. Sorry, pal, that was my fault. Are you okay? Call this number tomorrow, you'll have a check in 2 days. I promise you that, buddy. End of transaction. Now, if I get into an accident with a black guy, most of the time, words aren't even exchanged. He's gonna get out the car with that look on his face. I don't got any insurance. I look back. Shit, me neither. He's gonna go to his trunk, hand me a bunch of bootleg DVDs. I'm looking at him. He looks like he weighs 160 pounds. So I go to my trunk and I hand him 70 cabbages and 1,200 cherries. Now I'm not saying my car doesn't drive a little crooked, but I did get to see Avengers 2 weeks before it technically came out. But if I do get into an accident with a white guy and it's my fault, even if I don't have insurance, who cares? Because I know how to hang drywall. That's $700 right there. His mother-in-law's gonna see how hard of a worker I am. All of a sudden, she needs her basement finished. That's another $800. I'm making money off this car accident. What I'm trying to say is, it's better to get in car accidents with Mexicans. Yeah, you know, State Farm will send you a check for $1,000. But will they retile your bathroom? And give you hay, wheat, and cabbage? No, they won't. Yeah, I hear like white people say like, oh, these Mexicans are stealing our jobs. No. I'm creating jobs. Who's to say I didn't hit him on purpose? Ooh, it wasn't that funny. Calm down over there. We need another drink for this guy over here. He's really super drunk. Actually, just cut him off. Get him water. I'm a college student. Any college students in here? A couple people know from college. That's cool. No? The only thing, I've been in school for a while, and I met with my counselor to see if I could, you know, there's a way I could graduate faster. They're going through my options. You know, well, you can be an engineer in 2 years, you can be a math teacher in 1.5 years, or you can be a janitor tomorrow. I start at 9 a.m. It was pretty cool because like I remember I had to miss class for a little bit, and I emailed my professors. I didn't know what to expect, but they were really cool about it. You know, they were like, oh, you know, enjoy yourself, have fun. You know, don't worry about missing class. You're failing anyway. So that's cool. I went to Mexico for a little bit, and it was really great. Like I actually ate bear. Arr, bear. If you guys didn't know what a bear was. And it was interesting. It wasn't what I expected. Like it wasn't as gamey as I thought it would be. And it was kind of sweet. Like I'm trying to think, it's not grizzly bear, it was gummy bear. That's what it was. This stuff's delicious. I could eat it like candy. Before I get out of here, I want to share some news with you guys. My brother just had his first kid. Wait, well, you let me finish. My brother just had his first kid taken away by Child Protective Services. And he came crying to me, like he was crying on my shoulder, saying stuff like, "Oh, what asshole would call a social worker and tell him that I'm neglecting my kids?" That was when I slowly reached into my pocket for my phone so I could erase my call history. It's the last time he asked me to change a diaper. Thank you guys, I'm Luis.
If you are my friend and you say to me, you know, Mike, I don't like black guys, but I like you, you're not my friend. I'm probably a racist too. Just guessing. I'm really guessing that's a compliment that I've gotten my entire life. Because I just happen to be well-spoken, and I happen to dress nicely on normal nights. I'm wearing a t-shirt tonight, and it's killing every part of my being. Like, I like to wear ties and stuff, and I joked last night about wearing a t-shirt doing a show, and then I ended up accidentally wearing a t-shirt. Oh, I digress. I don't like people say to me, "You're so well-spoken." Oh, you're so well-spoken. And it's always, I'm a bartender, it's always people sitting in my bar. You know, you're so well-spoken. Has anybody ever said that to a white person, ever? Ever? It's like saying to a white person, "You speak English. Good job. Good for you, sir." You might as well say, "You're not using ebonics. What the fuck?" Sorry. I went to school out of Detroit District, I'm sorry. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and I went to school outside of Detroit, Michigan, and people always say to me, "Hey man, why'd you go to school outside of Detroit?" And my response was always, "Because my parents wanted me to have a good education." And it's true, unfortunately. Like, I thought it was like, oh, I'm just saying it because it's like the truth, and then I grew up and realized, oh, people think that people from Detroit get bad educations because Detroit has poor public school systems, and it's true. I just took this to a sad, depressing turn. Oh. Detroit. I lived in northern Michigan for 5 years. You can all say, "Oh," if you want, because it was terrible. It was fucking horrible. I call it the Great White North, not because of the snow. That marinade. I experienced a lot of firsts when I was up there. Like, the first week I was there, I was trying to hit on this girl. She was hot. She had like a flannel shirt and cutoff shorts, which should have been a red flag. I'm like, "Hey, we should hang out." She's like, "Let's hang out." I said, "What do you guys do up here?" She says, "We can go mudding." And I said, "That sounds fine. Let's do that." I don't know what that is, but it sounds clean. So I asked her, "Do I need to change clothes or can I wear what I'm wearing?" Because I'm wearing like a button-up shirt and nice pants and shoes. She said, No, we're not going to get out of the car. It's going to be fine." I said, "All right." So we get in this Jeep, something that was very high, and we get a 30-pack of PBR. Didn't wash our hands before we bought them. And we get in the car, we start driving, and it's really fun. I was having a good time. We're drinking beer, we're talking shit and all that stuff, and then the guy's like, "Watch me kill this lake!" And I was like, "You probably shouldn't drive into a lake, man. I'm not from here. It's like a smart thing." And he starts gunning it right in the middle of the lake, and then stops. He's like, "All right, we gotta push." I was like, "What?" "Yeah, man, just get out. It's fine. Well, just take your shoes off if you want." That's gonna fucking help me, man. We get out, we push, we get the car out. I'm disgustingly filthy now. So the guy says, "I got some clothes you can wear because yours are dirty." So he gives me a wife beater, which I always wear in public, and cut-off jean shorts, like fucking 3 inches above the knee. He's like, "Hey man, let's go to a field party after this." I'm like, "What the fuck is a field party?" "Dude, we burn wood, we drink beer, and it's in a field." "That sounds awesome. Let's do that." We go to the field party. Guy says, "Look man, everything's cool unless you see DNR. You gotta get out of here." DNR is like Ranger Rick, but on steroids. So we're there, drinking. It's a good time. Got my wife beater on. And all of a sudden a guy comes up on an ATV. "DNR, DNR, DNR." Everyone's like, "Fuck!" Throws all their shit, gets in all their cars. I hop into the car, we start driving, and it's like, "Whoa man, that was close." I look to my left, and the guy's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I got in the wrong fucking car, man. "Why the fuck are you wearing cutoff jeans, Blackie? Get the fuck out of here." I'm Mike Logan, everybody. Have a nice night.
First of all, I'd like to start off with a little bit of audience participation, if that's possible. By round of applause, who here has a family? It's good. It's good. Pretty much looks like everybody, just as I thought. All right. Now, who here is a product of rape? Just me? Just me? Oh, my crowd work is getting phenomenal. That's how I start, people. When I was a kid, I used to cry wolf all the time. Wolf was the nickname of my uncle that used to touch me. Tough name, even tougher guy. As you can imagine, I'm still his favorite nephew. Earlier today, I got called a faggot, which isn't really a surprise. I'm just glad that my dad is returning my phone calls. God, I love him so much. I just recently got around to watching 12 Years a Slave. More like 130 minutes of boring. I don't know. You know, slavery's just not my thing. I'm more of like a Schindler's List kind of guy. But I will say that there were an astounding amount of N-words in there. So many N-words. It made me feel like I was living with my dad again. I don't know. Maybe my dad is right. Maybe my mom is a huge nagger. That would make me and my dad nagger lovers. Thank you, everybody. If not anything, I try to push the envelope. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it is, I don't know. But I'm sick and tired of getting kicked out of all-you-can-eat buffets when I just show up to eat pussy. It's like one of my favorite dishes. Like the chain of command is like pussy and then like macaroni and cheese with like hot dogs chopped into it. I'm a bit of a foodie.
I like black women. Well, not for the same reason Robert likes white women. I adopted 3 black girls, and now that I've done their hair, I got a lot of respect for you people. I don't know how why isn't Michelle Obama the president of the United States, for crying out loud? That motherfucker, all he has to do is shave the shit. You know, she's got to prepare that shit every day. You know? If you adopt transracially in the state of Michigan, they will give you training on what it's going to be like to have a black kid in your white family in Michigan. 50 hours of training, 2 of it on hair care. They could have reversed that. Give me 48 hours of hair care training. In fact, put me in a barbershop for 25 hours, put me in a beauty shop for 25 hours, everything else will take care of itself. I live in Livonia, I don't know if you know, I got 5 black kids. I live in Livonia. There's only 10 black people in Livonia, half of them live in my house. I gotta tell you something too. My youngest is 5. If you don't look like your kid, and you're trying to get them screaming and yelling into the van to try to get them out of the mall, the police will be called. Here's where we are. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2014, here's where we are. I have a 5-year-old daughter that lives in Detroit who's a black girl that has never known a black mayor or a white president. That's where we are. I don't think it's a bad thing. You knew we had a white mayor, right? Yeah. Detroit has a white mayor. You didn't know? Okay. Right. Sometimes these jokes don't go farther than 150 miles. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Now, of the 5 that I adopt, my oldest just turned 18, so now we're doing things together as adults. That's kind of fun. This year I took him to see Django Unchained. Did you see this movie? 12 Years a Slave got all the talk because it won the Oscar and everything, but Django Unchained, much funnier to me. That was a Quentin Tarantino film, and that motherfucker, man, he can make some movies. They hit me right here. We're watching. Do you know the film? If you don't know it, let me explain to you what is going on here. First of all, it's about a slave who has his freedom purchased by a bounty hunter who then uses him to go back and kill all his former slave masters. Very cathartic for many black people. Very frightening for many white people. So when we're looking for a theater today, we're not going out in the far suburbs of Detroit to watch it, where there's all white people, because he'll be the only black guy there. Everybody will turn around and see if it's okay to laugh. I don't want to go to the inner city theater where I'm going to be the only white guy, because I don't want to actually hear what's coming off the screen once in a while.
So we go to the Star Theater in Southfield, 50-50 white and black people. I'm sitting there with my son. The film's over, the credits are rolling up. We stand up to get out. It's winter. It was last winter. So we're putting our coats on. The guy in front of us is like 75 years old. He's putting his coat on. He turns around, he looks at me, and then he looks at my son. As soon as he saw my son next to me, never takes his eyes off him, never looks back at me again. And he's just staring at him. Finally, he says something. He says, "We good now?"
I'm not drinking. I have a loaner car and it's got a burnout headlight. So you want a chance? And loaner cars suck. Loaner cars always smell like Jack Daniels and hand lotion. When I return them. My car needs a lot of work. I don't even want it anymore. I want to get a new car. I want to get a foreign car. I want to get a British car. That way when I'm out drinking and driving, it'll appear as if I'm the passenger. It's summertime. I'm excited. I would have a barbecue if I only had a British card. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm out going to the beach and stuff. I'm doing sit-ups, trying to eat better. I'm trying to eat better. The problem is I get high, I get the munchies, and I wish they'd make a Big Debbie. That way I wouldn't have to eat so many goddamn little ones. Trying to watch what I eat. I got Crohn's disease. It's like irritable bowel syndrome. I can't even do fast food anymore. Last time I ate a Whopper, half hour later, shit a quarter pounder. The problem is fast food's quick, easy, delicious. If I was on death row, my final meal request would be 100 McDonald's breakfast burritos. Yeah, that way I'd die before they could kill me. Because then I got Crohn's, irritable bowel, whatever, And I had stuff removed. I had intestines removed, sewn back together. I gotta drink Metamucil. My doctor says, drink Metamucil, it'll thicken up your stool. I can mix it with any liquid. I like to mix my Metamucil with Monster, because that keeps me awake for all sorts of shit. You guys know how every disease has a ribbon? Breast cancer, the ribbon is pink. The ribbon for irritable bowel syndrome is brown. It's kind of ironic. That'd be like if the ribbon for HIV was a rainbow. Take it easy. I support gay rights. You guys support gay rights? Yeah? My only beef is this. If a gay person comes out of the closet, a substantial amount of people are very supportive. But when I come out of the closet as a guy with a foot fetish, even gay people are like, hey now, let's just keep our private lives private, Mr. Happy Pants. Got a foot fetish. Even my wife isn't supportive. She's like, no, I just painted my nails. I'm like, cool, let me get a huff. Some of this is made up fucking malarkey. Right. My 65-year-old neighbor is pregnant. Yeah, I didn't even know a woman that age could get pregnant, or I wouldn't have done that. Some guys have a memory foam mattress. Not me. I have a futon full of regret. My favorite time of the day for sex is right before my wife wakes up, and not a moment sooner. I love morning sex, but the other people at the funeral found it inappropriate. Surprisingly, most women don't find driving on the rumble strips to be foreplay. I've got a little daughter, so this commercial that's been on gets to me. It's about what you say if you're raising a daughter, and it's about how only so many of them end up being scientists and engineers. Do you guys know if you tell a girl that she's pretty, she'll never be an engineer? But if you tell her that she looks like an engineer, she'll cry. to people watch when I'm out in public. The Festival of the Arts was in Grand Rapids not too long ago, and I'm just watching these couples walk by, and it seemed to be like a common theme. It was like a black guy, white girl. And then another couple walks back, black guy, white girl, black guy, white girl. And then I finally saw like a black guy walking hand in hand with a black girl, and I was like, wow, that's so rare. It was like seeing an eclipse. A lunar eclipse. Oh, did I take that one too far? Guys, these are just jokes. This is comedy night, not take shit serious night. And some of these jokes are going to be all van and no candy. And thank you guys. My name is Russell Carnes. Enjoy the rest of the show. Put your hands together for Brian B.
White friends, y'all name y'all kids, you know, stuff different. I'll take the celebrity name because black folks, we've known for naming our kids after shit we can't afford. Like Porsche, Alexis, Mercedes, Bentley, Armani, shit we can't afford. My white friends, a little bit different. Y'all name y'all kids shit they gonna grow up and be in life, like Dick. Rich. There's at least 2 hunters in this motherfucking crowd right now. Shit you gonna grow up and be in life. It's wonderful. I like NASCAR, I'm a NASCAR fan. Love NASCAR. People always ask, that's right, I said it correctly. I'm no Michael Logan, I'm gonna say some ebonics in this son bitch, but ask. They're like, James, you really like NASCAR? I'm like, man, I love it. They're like, why? Ain't no black people in it. I go, I know. That's more reason to love it. Because black people fuck up all good things. I'm like, man, you know, mainly why you don't see a lot of black people in NASCAR is because, for one, you're gonna need credentials to be in NASCAR. Like, you might need a fucking license. Registration, a proof of insurance, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in NASCAR. Shit. It's gonna be in NASCAR. You might want a sponsor to be in NASCAR. We'll be out there sponsored by somebody fucked up, I guarantee it. Like Save a Lot. Chicken Coop, Rent-A-Center, all these. One of these motherfuckers, pick one, that'd be us. We'd be out in the race driving the 85 Monte Carlo SS with all spray paint on that son bitch. We got 2 pit crew members, both them crackheads. They never certified that shit, y'all. We got 4 tires on the car trying to win a race, don't none of them match. We got 1 slick tire, 1 all-weather tire, 1 racing tire, and a fucking donut trying to win a race. We cheat, we struggle, we need credentials in our motherfucking life. That's wonderful, that's wonderful. I got here, I was denied the chicken. I was a little bit sad. They told me I was too late. Went to KFC. KFC just have too many options for their fucking chicken. I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. I like a 3-piece meal, please. And the lady behind the counter, she asked, I gotta keep it right, man, because I know it's at least 2 of you motherfuckers keeping score up in here tonight. She asked, is that gonna be original, grilled, or crispy? Original, grilled, or crispy? I'm like, I'll take the crispy, please. And then she asked, is that gonna be white or dark meat? And at that point, I looked at her like, lady, I really don't give a damn what race my chicken is. I'm just hungry, and I would like some damn chicken. Give me the white meat, why not? She goes, are you sure, sir? Because the dark meat is cheaper. So you mean to tell me you're gonna put the little nigga chickens on sale, KFC? But you want top dollar for the premium little white chicken? I left one to Popeyes. Fuck KFC. Shit.